At the risk of this sounding clickbaitish, I have to start by saying that while I respect all the gurus and the people of God, myself included, who share with you what we've learned and how long it took to get us to our next levels, I really want to caution you about believing that if you follow all of their steps, all of our steps, that you will get to exactly where you're trying to go in the time frame that you're promised, and it's going to happen exactly how they say it's going to happen, because it's not. And I feel like these 14-day and 21-day promises, or these promises of if you follow these 5 steps, etc., then you'll have or be, whatever level of success that you're working on. These headlines and promises work because we're tired of doing all the things and not having yet gotten where we want to be. So we figure the person with the 100,000 followers and the million views and the bank account to match must have the answers we're looking for. And while we might, that doesn't mean that it's going to work out for you the same way and at the same time that it did for us. Even with my own 40-day program and my 30-day program, I never promise that you will be healed of your mother wounds in 40 days, or that you'll be the perfect parent, or that your family's generational curses will be eradicated in 30 days. That wasn't even the case for me. All of my programs are the culmination of years of work that either started out as a specific number of days, or I've condensed down to a specific number of days based on the work that I did over and over again. Whether it's 30 days or 40 days, all I can honestly promise you is that with your commitment to the program, you can be better and you will be stronger and will have learned more and have the tools to help you keep going. For me to promise you that you will follow my steps and in X number of days, you will have or be something specific is at the very least deceptive. And as a woman of God who understands all too well how God works and moves, I have to tell you that you can do all the things. Take all the classes, buy all the books and courses, hire all the coaches, and believe all the experts. And the thing that God promised you isn't coming until it's God's time for it to come to you. I never understood people saying not to get ahead of God, but there's a difference in rushing and trying to do it your own way to get the results you want and getting ahead of God because you ran your own route to the finish line and He let you because you weren't fully submitted and surrendered to Him in the first place. And He needed that thing to fall apart around you, 1, to show you that your way isn't His way. And 2, once it's fallen apart, He can build it back up His way. And now you've also managed to learn a life-changing lesson. Yes, you can get ahead of God in a bad way, but you can also get ahead of God in a good way that doesn't really feel like a good way because you've done what you were supposed to do and learned the lessons you were supposed to learn. And sometimes the people and the things that you're meant to walk into aren't ready for you yet, because the same way the enemy uses people, God uses people. And sometimes those people that are your destiny helpers are distracted and lost and disobedient and not yet where you are. So it makes you feel like, I've been so frustrated and angry with God because why would He tell me to do a thing? Confirm over and over again when I ask that this is in fact the thing He wants me to do. Show me reminders of what He's called me to do. Give me brand new ideas of what He wants me to do, and then leave me out here with nothing coming together the way I've been expecting and hoping. Plans laid out and products created, books read, seminars attended, coaches paid for, all the steps followed. And for everything I've learned and every bit of knowledge I've gained, I'm still not where He showed me I'd be yet. And even in knowing that my time isn't like anyone else's time, because my life and my obstacles aren't like anyone else's, no matter how much of their advice I follow, no matter how many coaching groups I join and compare my results to the results of the other women in the groups, it's not happening. And it's enough to just piss me off. You know what I mean? It's enough to have me wake up in the same tears that I went to sleep crying the night before and wonder what I'm doing wrong. Or at the very least, what I'm not doing right, only for God to keep showing me that I'm not doing anything wrong. There is no amount of fasting and praying, and I absolutely believe in and participate in fasting and prayer. And while I believe that they both work, if for no other reason than the Bible tells us this, it clears our minds and kills our flesh and makes us spiritually presentable to God to receive what He has for us. But if you've been doing all the things, all the fasting and praying consistently and genuinely, trying all the things, staying obedient to your assignment, and you feel like God has stopped listening and things have stopped moving, and you think you've done something wrong, especially when you know you haven't done anything wrong and God has confirmed that you haven't done anything wrong, stop beating yourself up. God's timing is not ours, and only in His timing will we walk into what He has for us. It's like in the book of Daniel. And I know, we pat on ourselves after this 21-day Daniel fast. The reality of the word is Daniel went on a fast to hear from God. And in 21 days, that was when he got his answer. But if you read the scriptures, it tells us God heard and sent Daniel's answer on the first day. The angel who was bringing the message to Daniel got held up in battle with, I believe, the Prince of Persia. But once he got his answer, he stopped his fast. The answer was always the answer. The answer was always coming. There were things holding up the answer, but that doesn't mean that it wasn't already yes. That doesn't mean that it wasn't already in position and in place for him to receive. So whatever it is that you are meant to have, you will have. Whatever it is that you're meant to do and where you're meant to go and who you're meant to be, God has already predestined and preordained that for you. No amount of extra work, extra prayers, extra fasting. And that's not to say don't pray and fast. That is simply to say, if you believe and if you have heard from God that you are doing everything you are supposed to be doing, keep doing what you're doing and know that you're not wrong. There's nothing wrong with you. Stop comparing yourself to what someone else's results look like. Stop comparing your results to the outlined results of the guru that you're following or the book that you're reading. Stay the course that God has laid out for you and know that in His time, what He has promised you is going to come to you. And until next time, y'all stay blessed.